Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Mark Isaac Potter Presents. Today we're visiting with Lourdes Salinas, and there's 1,000 things I could tell you about her, but uh, she's been seen dating the Pope, which I can't figure out how that worked, but none of my business. Maybe we'll get to that question later. Anyway, Lourdes, talk to us. Tell us about yourself and your life. And I heard this rumor that you're a human being. I keep,
Yes.
I keep trying to get the audio to go up on my end because when I'm listening to music, I usually keep it down.
Okay.
All right. So tell us about yourself as a person and like that.
All right. Good afternoon, Mark Potter and audience. I am honored to be here as your guest today, Mark.
You flatter me, dear. I'm just an old country boy.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your services. And I'd like to start with a short introduction of myself and what brought me to want to disrupt the affordable housing space.
Good.
I'm Lourdes Salinas of Alternative Housing Alliance, and I'm the daughter of migrant seasonal farm workers. And
I worked in La Paz once.
oh,
Uh, yeah, I did one day of volunteering for Cesar Chavez, and I was in Arizona for peace, so I was protesting a lot of stuff. Anyway, just
very
so you know, I like to let people know what connection I might have with their life. So
nice, nice.
okay,
And I have about 25 years of working in as a social service practitioner at the welfare department, and then also transitional and permanent supportive housing programs in the last 10 plus years. And while I was at working with transitional and permanent supportive housing first programs, it dawned on me that we can house our people much better with compassion and with dignity and places that I myself would like to live in. Because what I saw, unfortunately, is we would put people in a 10 by 10 room and dust our sandals off and say, okay, now, thrive.
yeah,
When
yeah,
it's not that simple. It's
yeah,
taken a person a lifetime of traumas and experiences to get to where they are. And to heal from that will also take another lifetime.
yeah.
And healing is not linear. You know, there are going to be ups and downs and ins and outs and things. And that's the nature of
You're preaching to the choir here, by the way. If I told you half the stuff I've been through, you wouldn't even stay on the program. You'd go hide under your bed probably.
oh,
So I
yes.
hear you. Yeah.
But yes, so there's I received a calling. I don't know if we want to say it's from the universe or from whomever it is that we believe in
Right, right.
to do.
Martha Stewart, probably. Yeah.
Yes, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg.
Yes, yes. Those two, man. I would not want to be on that baby cam, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes,
Watching
yes, yes,
that playground.
yes.
Anyway,
So I got this calling to help house our people, and it was like one day I woke up and I realized what I was here to do.
uh,
And so since then, I've been working to help people navigate the housing scene in their particular areas. And my group of people, our demographic, they're marginalized people. So people who are impoverished, immigrants, veterans, people with disabilities, senior citizens, the whole gamut of a lot of us.
I hit on three or four of those.
Me too.
I'm not gonna tell you much about myself until we have the seventh show in the can, because but the audience already knows because they've heard it several times.
Nice.
So
Nice.
what are your, uh, I don't want to jump ahead. Isn't there a certain type of housing that you
Yes.
favor? Because I've got two or three people that do
Yes.
housing. I can't remember who's doing which kind of housing, but
Yes.
anyway, go
Yes,
ahead.
we're interested in developing affordable supportive housing in manufactured homes.
Okay, and
They're
by that you,
manufactured of shipping containers.
okay, all right, good.
Yes.
And
And
there's one
so
group called Boxable. Are you with them or?
I like the fold out homes. I love that
Okay,
idea.
okay,
And so there's a series of people who are alternative builders and or prospective alternative builders. And so we like the building in cob, the foldable houses, the arched cabin types, these varieties because you
tiny
can house
tiny
people.
homes perhaps
Yes,
too.
some of them. Yes,
All right,
yes. And so so because I come from an environment where people lived in congregate housing, where you have a bunch of individuals renting rooms within a large unit house, and
right,
then they share
right,
the common areas.
right.
But I found it to be very violent.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, the longer a person is living outdoors, the more predatory they tend to become. And then we house them in these congregate situations.
Yeah,
It's very problematic. I won't go into it, but it's very problematic. And I was the person called when that hit the fan.
yeah. Okay.
And so I'm the expert at keeping those considered the hardest to keep housed
Okay.
because of that background. And so, yeah, seeking to help house people in a safer model where they each have their own bathroom and kitchen and
Okay. Okay.
yes, smaller units.
All right. So, uh, I hope we do two shows today because the shows always go by faster than people think they're going to. What's your next step? Is your next step financing? Is your next step land? What's your next one step, you think?
I would say our next step is land, is to acquire the land. And I am talking to some funders that are community development financial institutions on Monday. And
Okay.
I have someone very interested in working aggressively toward funding. And so that is where we are. And what we're looking at is light industrial land, light industrial because shipping container units fit that environment beautifully.
Are you allowed to put housing, even if it is shipping containers, on light industrial or not? Or does
There are, yes,
does
there,
zoning have to change or?
well, that is what I am talking to the County of Sacramento about right now. There are two pieces of legislation that aim to help affordable housing. Not only two, there are tons of bills really
Yeah,
that
yeah,
are
yeah.
aimed at affordable housing, but some of them permit for multifamily housing to be built on M1 land, which is light industrial. They
Okay.
have to be affordable and a certain percentage affordable, very high percentage of affordable housing.
Right,
But
right,
it
right.
doesn't matter when it's all affordable. We're 100% affordable.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And
Now,
so now
since you said that sentence, what is affordable by your definition?
affordable housing in our area would be about $1,300 for a one bedroom, one bath. And that could be subsidized by the housing authority. And
Okay.
so $1,600 a month for a two bedroom, one bath.
Okay. And then what part, any guess on what part could be subsidized?
Yes, yes. The rents in that area where I'm looking at property currently, uh, we can be subsidized for up to, I think it's 2,100 for a two bedroom, one bath, and about 16 to 1,700 for a one bedroom, one bath. And but here's what we plan to do as well. We plan to implement rent programs. So let's say we have the person coming on board with SSI income of $1,000 a month.
Right.
Well, they would come in on a 20% program and pay 20% of that rent, and the rest would be a subsidy.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. Good.
Yeah,
Well, that's wonderful. That's very nice.
thank you.
Oh boy, there's a lot I don't understand. I do have a learning disability, so it'll take me a few shows to really understand some of the stuff. But uh, so Monday you're talking to people. Looks like about both funding and land,
Yes,
and you said you're in Sacramento County, huh?
yes.
So that includes what, Fresno, Sacramento, Modesto, what is it? I don't know. I've never been out there. So
Oh, okay. Sacramento County encompasses
so
the
just some of the
city.
larger cities, yeah.
Yeah, so some of the larger cities around here are Rancho Cordova. It's not really a large city. Sacramento is relatively small. And
Oh,
so we have a large area. I would say it's from the town of Galt, California, to northern Sacramento being North Highlands, or Citrus Heights might be the furthest north before we reach into Placer County. So from
hmm.
Galt, California, down south to Citrus Heights, California. And
And
that would
that's
be
a
the north and south of it. The width of it is, I'm not exactly sure.
no, just guesstimate. I mean, it's wider than 2 inches
Oh,
and
yes, yes,
probably
yes.
less than 4 light years. So
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, so it's east and west. We run from all the way to up to West Sacramento, and then all the way east as far as Rancho Rancho Cordova, I believe. And I could
what
be a
I'm trying to
little.
get at, what I'm trying to figure out is you're telling us about a set of square miles
Yes.
north of Sacramento that can be used for affordable housing. How big of a set of square miles is that, do you think?
Oh,
Just, I mean, 50, 100,
uh,
20,
50 square
3,000.
miles, 50.
Okay, that's all
Yeah.
good. All right, good. So, um, are there services in the area enough that, like, is there a nearby small town that they can get groceries and, okay, good.
There's some infrastructure out there, but because it's light industrial,
And
it's
not as much,
limited.
not
It's
as much.
limited, right? And by
Yeah,
virtue of what it is.
yeah.
However, one of our plans is, in order to make our community sustainable, we plan to offer the supportive services on site, including a small grocery store with staples, food bank type items
Yeah,
as
but
well.
I'm just saying you're talking a lot of expense.
Yes,
That's a lot of
yes.
you have any estimate about how much money you think you need to get the first property set up and running? I mean, sounds like a couple of million or so to me.
Yes, I would say between 2 and 3 million. And because things usually tend to cost a little more, I would end up saying closer to 3 million.
Yeah, that sounds
Mhm.
okay. All right.
Yes,
Well, good, good, good. Give us
yes.
some contact information because
Contact
I'm gonna
information.
wrap up pretty soon. And then if you want to I would prefer to do another show, but you're the client, so you tell me if you want to or not. I've done as many as 4 shows with the same person back to back. So
Wow.
anyway,
Well,
give
so
us some,
contact
how,
information.
how can people get in touch with you?
You can go to our website, which is in the process of being redone, but you can go to ALT, housing, HOUSING, for the number four, all, ALL.org.
Very nice. Okay. And is there a donate button there
There,
as
we do
well?
have a donate button. Yes,
Good, okay.
yes. Thank you so much.
Well, and I would hope to say that any size donation is appreciated, I would think, right, or not?
Any
Or-
amount that a person can donate, an
Yeah,
organization, every amount makes a difference, every penny.
yeah. Oh, good for you. Good. Okay. So,
Thank you.
folks, we've been visiting today with Lourdes Salinas, and she's so nice. I'm not even going to make my usual series of 14 jokes at the end. Just consider going over to, I mean, I want to make sure I have it right. So it's ALT Housing, HOUSING, the number 4, all.org.
Yes.
All right, folks, we'll see you soon. Take care. We love you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.